My dear brothers and sisters, when we speak about the importance of dua, we must begin with one reality that changes the way we see our entire lives. Dua strengthens our connection with Allah. At its heart, dua is not merely asking for something. It is not just a list of requests, and it is not only something we do when we are desperate. Dua is an act of worship, an act of love, and an act of faith. It is the language of the soul when it turns back to the one who created it. Think about this carefully. In our daily lives, there are moments when we feel alone, misunderstood, burdened, or uncertain. People around us may not understand what we are carrying inside. Sometimes even our closest friends and family cannot fully grasp our pain, our fears, or our hopes. Yet Allah knows every thought before it is spoken, every tear before it falls, and every worry before it reaches the heart. When you raise your hands in dua, you are turning to the one who knows you better than you know yourself. And this is one of the greatest honors Allah has given to us. The King of Kings, the Lord of the heavens and the earth, allows you to call upon him directly. No appointment is needed. No barrier stands in your way. No special language is required. No perfect words are necessary. Whether it is in the silence of the night, while driving to work after Salah, or in a moment of private struggle, you can call upon Allah instantly. What a gift this is! Many people think connection is built only through grand actions, but in reality, connection is built through consistency. A child becomes close to a parent through regular conversation. A friendship grows through frequent communication. Likewise, our relationship with Allah grows when we speak to him often. When dua becomes part of your morning, your evening, your success, your difficulty, your gratitude, and your sadness, then Allah is no longer someone you only remember in emergencies. He becomes the center of your life. This is why the believer makes dua in all circumstances. If something good happens, we say, "O Allah, bless it for me." If hardship strikes, we say, "O Allah, help me through it." If we are confused, we say, "O Allah, guide me." If we fall into sin, we say, "O Allah, forgive me." Every situation becomes a doorway back to Allah. Every emotion becomes a means of worship. Every day becomes richer because the tongue remembers him and the heart returns to him. And let us be honest. Sometimes our duas are not answered in the way we expect or at the time we desire. But even then, the dua itself has already given us something priceless. It has connected us to Allah. Sometimes the greatest blessing is not the thing we asked for, but the closeness to Allah we gained while asking. Sometimes the delay teaches patience. Sometimes the change of outcome protects us from harm. Sometimes the answer is being prepared in a way we cannot yet understand. So never underestimate a simple whispered dua. Never think your words are too small, your sins are too many, or your problems are too insignificant. Allah loves to hear his servant call upon him. He loves sincerity more than eloquence. He loves humility more than performance. He loves the heart that turns back to him again and again. Make dua when life is easy, and you will find strength when life becomes difficult. Make dua in private, and you will discover peace in public. Make dua regularly, and you will feel a bond with Allah that no worldly achievement can ever replace. Raise your hands, open your heart, and return to the one who has always been near. My dear brothers and sisters, when we continue reflecting on the importance of dua in our daily lives, we come to another beautiful reality. Dua brings peace and hope. And this is something every human being is searching for. People spend their lives chasing peace through wealth, status, entertainment, relationships, and distractions. Yet so often, after gaining what they thought would satisfy them, they still feel restless inside. Why? Because true peace does not begin in the world around us. It begins in the heart, and the heart only finds lasting peace when it turns to its Creator. Life was never meant to be free from tests. Every one of us carries burdens that others may never see. Some are dealing with financial stress, some are carrying family pain, some are battling anxiety and loneliness. Some are grieving losses that change them forever, and some are smiling on the outside while breaking on the inside. This is the reality of dunya. Trials come in different forms, but no one is untouched by them. Now, when hardship comes, many people feel trapped. They begin to think there is no way forward, no solution, no light ahead. Shaitan loves these moments because he wants the believer to drown in despair. He whispers that nothing will change, that no one understands, that the future is dark. But dua shatters these whispers. The moment a believer raises his hands and says, "O Allah, help me," hopelessness begins to crack. Why? Because dua reminds us that our problems are limited, but Allah's power is unlimited. Our knowledge is small, but Allah knows all things. Our strength weakens, but Allah never weakens. Our plans fail, but Allah is the best of planners. When you make dua, you are not speaking into emptiness. You are calling upon the one who controls every affair, opens every closed door, heals every wound, and changes every condition. This is why even before the answer comes, peace can already enter the heart. Sometimes nothing external has changed yet. The bill is still there. The illness is still there. The conflict is still there. But after sincere dua, something within you changes. Your chest feels lighter. Your breathing slows. Your heart settles. You feel that you are no longer carrying the burden alone. And that feeling itself is a mercy from Allah. How many times in our lives have we faced moments we thought we could never survive, yet Allah carried us through? How many nights did tears fall from our eyes while making dua, and later we looked back and realized those tears were the beginning of relief? The believer understands that dua is never wasted. Either the hardship is removed, the reward is stored, or a greater harm is prevented. In all cases, the believer wins, and dua also gives hope because it teaches us that tomorrow can be different from today. No matter how broken a situation seems, Allah can transform it in an instant. A heart can be guided. A sickness can be cured. Debt can be relieved. Relationships can be repaired. Sins can be forgiven. Doors that seemed sealed forever can suddenly open by the command of Allah. Never measure possibilities by human standards when you believe in the Lord of all creation. So when sadness visits you, make dua. When fear overwhelms you, make dua. When anxiety tightens your chest, make dua. And when life is good, continue making dua, because gratitude protects blessings and remembrance preserves peace. My brothers and sisters, the world may offer temporary distraction, but only Allah offers lasting tranquility. People may comfort you for a moment, but Allah can calm your soul completely. Situations may seem impossible to you, but nothing is impossible for Him. Turn your pain into prayer and watch Allah turn your prayer into peace. My dear brothers and sisters, as we continue reflecting on the beauty of dua in our daily lives, we come to another profound lesson. Dua teaches us humility and gratitude. These two qualities are among the greatest treasures a believer can possess, and both are nurtured every time we sincerely turn to Allah. Let us begin with humility. Human beings naturally like to feel independent. We like to believe that we are in control, that our intelligence, our wealth, our status, or our planning can secure our future. We become impressed with our own achievements. We say, "I built this. I earned this. I made this happen." And slowly, without realizing it, the ego grows. The nafs begins to whisper that we are self-sufficient, but then life reminds us how fragile we truly are. A single phone call can change everything. One diagnosis can shake our confidence. One financial setback can humble years of planning. One family problem can make us feel powerless. In those moments, all illusions of control begin to fade. And this is where dua becomes a mercy, because dua brings us back to reality. When a servant raises his hands before Allah, he is silently admitting something powerful. "O Allah, I need you." Those few words contain the essence of humility. I need you for guidance. I need you for provision. I need you for health. I need you for forgiveness. I need you for strength. I need you for everything. This recognition is not weakness. It is truth. Every one of us is dependent on Allah every second of our existence, whether we acknowledge it or not. The arrogant person sees himself as enough. The believer knows that without Allah, he has nothing. And this is why dua protects the heart from pride. No matter how successful you become, if you regularly stand before Allah asking for help, your heart remains grounded. You remember who gave you the mind to think, the body to work, the opportunities to grow, and the doors that opened in your path. And alongside humility comes gratitude. So many blessings surround us that we stop noticing them. We wake up and assume tomorrow is guaranteed. We breathe without thinking. We eat without reflecting. We walk, see, hear, speak, and live as if these gifts were earned rather than granted. But when a person makes dua, he begins to recognize blessings more clearly. When you say, "O Allah, protect my family," you realize your family is already a blessing. When you say, "O Allah, keep me healthy," you remember health is a gift. When you say, "O Allah, increase me in goodness," you recognize the goodness already present in your life. Dua awakens gratitude because it trains the heart to see what it once ignored, and gratitude itself brings more blessings. A thankful heart experiences richness even with little, while an ungrateful heart feels poor even with abundance. Two people may have the same resources, but the one who thanks Allah lives with contentment, while the other lives with constant dissatisfaction. Dua helps us become the first type of person. Even in hardship, dua teaches gratitude. How? Because trials force us to notice what still remains. A person struggling with illness may become grateful for faith. A person facing loss may become grateful for loved ones still present. A person under stress may become grateful for the ability to still call upon Allah. Sometimes tests remove distractions, so we can finally see hidden blessings. So in your daily life, do not make dua only when you want something new. Make dua for what you already have. Thank Allah for ordinary days, because ordinary days are extraordinary gifts. Thank Him for safety before danger reminds you of it. Thank Him for health before sickness teaches its value. Thank Him for time before regret reveals how precious it was. My brothers and sisters, the hands raised in dua can never remain filled with arrogance, and the tongue that sincerely calls upon Allah should never be empty of thanks. Bow your heart in humility, fill your tongue with gratitude, and Allah will raise your soul. My dear brothers and sisters, as we complete our reflection on the importance of dua in our daily lives, we come to a final and essential reality. Dua guides us in everyday life. Many people imagine guidance as something only needed for major crossroads: choosing a career, selecting a spouse, moving to a new city, or making a life-changing decision. And yes, guidance is needed in those moments, but the believer understands that guidance is not only for the big decisions. Guidance is needed every single day in the small moments that quietly shape our future. Every morning we wake up not knowing what the day will bring. We do not know which conversation will affect us, which opportunity will appear, which temptation will arise, which challenge will test us, or which decision will leave a lasting impact. Life is full of unseen paths, and because of that, we need the one who sees what we cannot see. This is why the believer begins the day turning to Allah. When you ask Allah for guidance, you are acknowledging that human judgment has limits. We can be emotional, impulsive, short-sighted, and easily influenced. Sometimes we chase what looks attractive, but carries harm. Sometimes we avoid what seems difficult, but contains immense good. We judge by appearances, but Allah knows realities. We see the present moment, but Allah knows the consequences of every road. How many times have people pursued something with passion, only to regret it later? How many times have they resisted something difficult, only to realize it was exactly what they needed? This is the human condition. We do not always know what is best for us. That is why dua is such a gift. It allows us to place our limited understanding before the unlimited wisdom of Allah. And guidance through dua is not always dramatic. Sometimes people expect a sign in the sky or a voice that tells them what to do. Usually, guidance comes in quieter ways. It may come as clarity in the heart. It may come as doors opening smoothly. It may come as obstacles preventing harm. It may come through wise advice from someone sincere. It may come through a growing sense of peace about one choice and discomfort about another. Allah guides in ways subtle and profound. Think about how many daily matters require guidance. Parents need guidance in raising children. Students need guidance in choosing friends and managing time. Professionals need guidance in earning halal income and maintaining integrity. Young people need guidance in protecting themselves from temptation. Married couples need guidance in communication, patience, and mercy. Every one of us needs guidance in controlling anger, using words wisely, spending money responsibly, and treating others with justice. This is why dua should become part of our routine, not reserved only for crises. Before leaving home, ask Allah for protection. Before work, ask Allah for honesty and success. Before studying, ask Allah for beneficial knowledge. Before speaking in conflict, ask Allah for wisdom. Before sleeping, ask Allah to forgive your shortcomings and guide you tomorrow. Imagine how life changes when every day begins and ends with dependence on Allah. And even when mistakes happen, and they will happen, dua remains the path back. Guidance does not mean perfection. It means returning quickly when we slip. It means recognizing errors, repenting sincerely, and asking Allah to straighten our course again. The believer may stumble, but he does not remain lost, because dua keeps calling him home. Some of the greatest disasters in life come not from lack of intelligence, but from lack of guidance. Brilliant people ruin themselves through arrogance. Talented people waste their gifts through bad choices. Successful people lose peace through greed and ego. Guidance is greater than talent, greater than wealth, greater than status. With guidance, little becomes enough. Without guidance, much becomes a burden. So never underestimate the dua you make in ordinary moments. A short prayer before a decision may save years of regret. A sincere request for protection may shield you from harm you never knew existed. A humble plea for wisdom may transform your relationships and your future. My brothers and sisters, if you want a life directed toward goodness, then keep asking the one who guides every path. Ask Allah often, and He will lead you where you were always meant to be.